we're going to, well, hello everybody first. Ready? Jed?
Jed?
Everybody all right?
So far?
Yeah.
Good. So, we're going to do a little warm-up, slightly different beginning. Last time I did it with you guys, has anyone got any injuries? Or are we all right?
No, I've got some.
All day.
Just do whatever you can. If you get any pain, then just stop, okay? And just do whatever's easiest. Don't force yourself through whatever we're going to do. All right?
Yeah.
So first, nice shoulder width wide stance. Bend your knees slightly, hips rotated forward. And then we're just going to relax the shoulders, chin on your chest, head to the left, and then rotate round. Back to the middle. Each time you go around, just try and make the stretch a little bit more. You'll probably hear loads of clicking and popping.
Ow.
Yeah. And then 3 times. And then over to the right side now. And then round. Back to the middle. All the way around. Chin on the chest. And then last time. All the way around. Okay, well, shake your neck off. Okay, next one, we're going to get your left or right, how whichever one you want. Now, the idea is to try to stretch your shoulder without stretching it too much and hurting everybody. So you want to bring your shoulder across your arm across your front to this point here. Okay, trying to keep yourself straight. And then bring your arm across, up to your ear. Try and move back. And then obviously you want to try and keep your arm as close to backwards as you can to feel the stretch. And then when you can't do it any further, rotate your wrist. All right. And then come back round to the front. And then back and unwind it. If that makes sense. Back to here. Shake that off. And we're going to do 2 more times. Each time you do it, just try and feel the stretch a little bit further. And you'll feel loads of clicks and pops in your bicep and your shoulder and everything else. The front and back. This is really good just to ease off the tension, release the tension in your shoulders, shake it off. Is that 2 or 3 we've done? That's 2, isn't it? 2. Cheers, guys. Thank you. We're all in this together. And rotate. Back to the front. If this is causing pain, then obviously just do it as best you can. I don't want you to hurt yourselves. Shake off, other arm, up to the front, cross, past your ear. Try and keep your chest as straight as you can. Try not to lean into it because that's the whole point. On the side, you're just trying to get it all as back as you can. When you get to the point you can't move anymore, rotate your wrist. On that way. Back the other way. And you'll unwind it. Come up that way, unwind it to here. That's 1, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good. Cheers, John. Nice. You'll feel lots of popping. Last time. Now, if you get in the habit of doing this, I know it sounds like a bit kind of Mr. Motivatory, but if you get in the habit of doing what we're going to do now, in the morning, when you're waiting for your coffee to brew, 3 reps a side, it really, really does make you feel good for the rest of the day. So that's your shoulder sockets. Now I'd like you to try and do hands down the side of your trousers here. Try not to move your fingers. And the idea is we want to lift your shoulders up, back, down, and forward. Up, back, down, and forward. Try not to move your hands, so try and keep your fingertips down the center of your legs. So that way then you're isolating your scapula is what we're actually trying to stretch off here, guys, without trying to get all kind of like medical and stuff, yeah. And then back the other way, so back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down. All right, shake that off. We're going to do the back now. Hands across your chest, feet shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent, tailbone forward. Relax into it. Imagine you've got an apple under your chin. All right, so I want you to kind of do this. And then I want you to, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. I want you to lean forward and kind of try and open up your vertebrae. All right, turn to the side slightly, and then twist. All right, and then rotate that way. To the other side, and back up. Do small circles, all right, because I know what everyone's like with their backs, okay? But if you get better at doing this, this one's really good for stretch, for loosening off your back. So again, try and stretch your shoulders out, twist, lean. You should feel that lean in the other side, and all the way around, and back. Last side. Other side now. Turn to the right, down, and then rotate. So you want to try and, a little cue is to try and think that your legs are in concrete up to your waist and you can't move. And the idea is you just try to rotate your back to loosen off your lower back and your spine. Lower back and your spine, your lower back, just your lower back. Last time. Okay, back up to middle. Everyone all right? Everyone still with me?
Yeah.
A couple more then, and then we'll go on to some proper stuff. So do some wrist exercises now. I've done this one with you before. Elbows in, keep your elbows pinned in. I want you to try and think about rotating your wrist, not your fingers, all right? And just start off with small circles first, and try and think that you've got a candle or a glass of water on your forearm here, and you try not to do this, trying to keep it nice and straight, and just concentrate on rotating the wrists, and just try and get big circles each time, one way, and then rotate the other way. And you should really feel some crunching. You might shake a bit as well because it's quite tough to try and rotate, but that's good. You rotate the wrists and keep them nice and supple and flexed. It's all good for your flow. All right, other side. So don't worry about your fingers. Just try and concentrate on rotating your wrists. Clunky and crunchy. Other side, other way around. Right, shake it off. Okay, last one now, I think. Now, have you all got something to hold on to or not?
Yeah.
Yeah? I'm going to try and do this one without holding on to anything, so it's a bit tricky. So this is just to flex your hips, all right? We'll do some more stretching at the end. This is just to flex your hips so that if we start doing some kicks, you're not all going to hurt your groin. So shoulder width apart, okay? Just put your arms out in front of you, or like this. The idea is to bring one leg in front, up here, this way around. And then try and keep your hips straight, rotate it out. Rotate your hip that way. So you come, sorry guys, come out. You want to rotate your hip that way and then bring it down. And then back up, rotate, and then come back down to here. All right, I'll do that falling all over the place now. So we start off at the front. Yeah, rotate. You should feel that in your butt cheek.
No.
It's a bit easy to do if you're holding on to something. You want to try and keep your tailbone forward and keep your back straight. Other side. I'll show you this one better when you're here, lads, to be honest, because it is a really good one. It's easier when you're holding on as well. Last time. Oh, saved it. Okay, shake it off. Right, should we do some proper stuff now? Do you feel all nice and loose?
Yeah.
No? Right then. I feel nice and loose. Right then, so I'm going to go around everybody because you know how bad I am at saying things and doing things wrong, so I'm not going to put this hour on me just getting it wrong. So, someone's going to come on screen and then Sifu is going to do it for me, and then just pick a technique and we'll do 10 reps each side and then just go around, all right? Just to warm up first of all. Happy with that?
Yeah.
Molios.
Let's start with guards down there, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay?
Yeah, that's I don't know, I need to do this, don't I? I'll just let you go around because that's not going to work if I stand there and do it all, is it?
Gallery view.
Aha, okay. Yeah. And then spot one video. There we go. Hey.
Hello.
Whatever you want, mate. So,
Boxer.
off you go then. Yeah.
Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Lovely stuff.
Lucy, over to you.
Gan.
Or pop. Gansal. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Boys.
Yeah, boys.
Handle.
Off you go, mate.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Awesome, boys. Steve, can you do something for us, mate?
I'll just like to punch for a minute.
Punch for a minute, then, mate.
You'll have to get Sifu to check the minute.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
Good.
You ready? Okay. Off we go.
Go.
Go. Relax your shoulders. Punch to extension. I don't want to see no rocket stuff. Woo! Punch to extension. Nice and relax in your shoulders. That's 10 seconds, John. This is my lesson plan. This is my lesson plan. This is. Relax your shoulders. Try not to rise up. The more you get tired.
Go on, Mr. Thompson.
15 seconds. Jokes.
Yeah.
Right, 5, 4,
Faster, Matt.
3,
Faster.
2, faster. 1.5. There we go, done. Go, check it out. Right, John, please, my friend. Lovely.
Okay. Left leg forward.
Left leg.
Lift kick with 3 punches.
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Brilliant. There was one more, wasn't there? Was there Paul I saw?
Yeah, Paul's never on.
Oh, was he never on?
I don't know, he's got no mic or...
Oh, we should get him to write a message, shouldn't we? Yeah. Okay. Oh no, we got someone joining the crew.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, fine. All right then. Everyone feel warm? Is that all right?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, or at least try and work through with you guys together. You know, we've done the the walking square before, haven't we? At the unit and everything, where we obviously go forward, forward, backwards, backwards. Yeah. So I wanted to work on our footwork a little bit because we spend loads of time getting lightning fast hands, which is brilliant, and we do neglect our footwork a little bit, and it doesn't seem apparent in my journey. It doesn't seem that necessary at the beginning, but as I'm getting more experience, I'm starting to realise now if my footwork was better, then I'd be in better positions and everything else would just work better. So I was in the garden, you know, rocking it as we are doing in lockdown, and I was doing the walking square, and I thought we could kind of add to that a little bit. And with adding to that, I got to a bit of a problem with my footwork, basically. So obviously, if you do the walking square, we're going forward, aren't we? Okay, make sure I don't come up. You're coming forward, backwards, or your lefts, your eyes, or whatever, yeah? So I basically was trying to do the walking square, but as I was going forwards or backwards or whatever, I was trying to throw out a technique to get me used to moving and doing hand techniques. Now that's great if you're just going forwards and backwards, but if you throw a tan saw out and then the bong saw and you get into this position and someone's coming from this side, I was a bit, what do I do with my feet? Do I turn like that? Hold on. Do I turn that way? Then if I turn like that to try and do a tan saw, it feels like I'm turning too much. Do you understand where I'm kind of going with it with regards to it felt like I had a bit of a blind side with my footwork?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, if you get in the walking square kind of position with me now, or so, right, just put left leg forward, all right? You guard up, we'll get warmed up first. Have you all got space to do a couple of steps forwards, backs, left and right, or you're all quite tight?
Yeah, not bad.
So, initially, we go forwards one, we go forwards with a punch, yeah?
Yeah.
And we'd go backwards one, we go with a punch, and we go leftwards, go left, and we'd come in, come out, back, and then you do your double punch, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is great from this position here, kind of go here and out. Now, what if you're in a technique where you're almost like this, and obviously if you've done a bong saw, you kind of footwork, you've got all this kind of open space to try and turn, right? So, I didn't realise I was getting to this problem until I went and did the next bit. So let's do the walking square now, but this time when we're going forwards and backwards, I want you to do a technique, okay? Tan saw, bong saw, gan saw, jot saw, whatever technique you want to do. I just want you to get into the kind of habit or kind of comfort zone of as you're moving forward, trying to throw a technique. Because obviously we don't always move forward just doing this, do we? Right?
Sure.
So we'll go forwards and backwards a couple of times, and then we'll consider going left, and then I want you to kind of tell me what you've done naturally, and we'll see if that's going to work or not, because we might all come up with different solutions here. All right? So left leg forward again. Is everyone understanding what I'm saying here? Or is everyone kind of...
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah? All right, lovely, brilliant. So we'll guard up, so we'll go forwards one, and as we go forwards one, throw a tan saw out, a punch if you feel more comfortable just with a punch, bong, gan, whatever you feel natural throwing out first, we want to do that, all right? And then we'll do forwards one again after that, and then just do another technique. And we'll do that backwards and forwards just a few times till we get a little bit happy with that, all right?
Okay.
So, forwards one, forwards two, backwards one, backwards two, forwards one, forwards two, backwards one, backwards two. Everyone all right with that?
Yeah.
Right, now look at the position we finished in, right? If I was to say someone's coming from this side, so what do we say? Do we say left foot one or left turn? Or so we'll go left turn.
The left, yeah.
Right, so when you all turned, did you do this? Or did you do that? Or you just do that. Did you get what I'm saying? There's so many different ways of doing your footwork. I got a little bit hung up on which was the right way, but you've got to kind of do what comes natural to you. Now, the only problem with obviously turning this side or any side, doing this kind of movement, it's not natural for you to do that. Your natural thing would just be to put your foot where you want to go, which is, there's nothing wrong with that, but you just got to make sure you're trying to do it the right way so you don't obviously compromise your structure or get yourself off balance. So I was kind of stuck here for ages and I thought, well, can I do that and end up like that? But then when I turn, my heels are in line, which is obviously good Wing Chun, right? Put your left foot in front of your other foot, right? And try and do that. So put your foot here to try and line your heels up. Horrible, right? So from this position, you're trying to go here so that you can face your opponent here with your hips and everything in the right position. Does everyone follow what I'm doing, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's horrible, right? You've got to get it. You've got to get it exactly right. Otherwise, you'll go too far over and too far this way. So you've got to get it. So that isn't, in my opinion, the most effective way of changing to fire something that way, in my opinion. So, any ideas on what would be a good way or better way of doing it?
I've got something for you to try.
Okay, go on then, mate.
With your left leg forward,
Yeah.
bring it back towards you. And then turn to the left.
And then you just turn into the left.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's try that then. All right.
And when you turn to the left, you can turn and go in with the lancer. Does your land?
You come through and then you come in with a lance out here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a bit like from your chunk Q form, but you've just got this bit first, but then you kind of finish it on.
That's it.
Okay. Shall we try that then and see how it feels? So what we'll do, start off, give yourself enough room to be able to go forwards and backwards. Sorry, left and right. Start off with our left legs forward. We can stay on me if you want, if it's easier, it's not a problem, but we just want to see what feels better. So we'll put our left leg forward, all right? And then we'll go forwards one, throw your technique out, and then we'll try going to the left. All right? So, forwards one, forwards two, left turn, yeah, forwards one, backwards one, and then we'll do a right turn. I presume we'll do this way. Right. Shall we go back to the beginning?
Okay.
So we'll try that one more time. So, forwards one, forwards two, left turn, and then we'll go back to the centre. Forwards one, forwards two, left turn, and one more time. Forwards one, forwards two, left turn. And back to the beginning. Should we do the other side? I know how you lot will like to do both sides. So right leg forward, forwards one, forwards two, right turn, back to the beginning, or right leg forward again, sorry, reset, right leg forward, forward one, forward two, right turn, and then reset, right foot forward, last time, forwards one, forwards two, right turn, reset. So how did that feel to everybody?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah? Was there at any point in that you felt you weren't grounded, you weren't solid,
No.
So wouldn't a better way of doing it, because I personally, there's no right or wrong way of doing anything in Wing Chun. You've got to do whatever you feel natural. So that's the point we've got to try and get at. We've learned to drive the car, as Sifu said earlier, which is a great analogy. We've learned to drive the car, we passed the test. Now you don't drive now how you did when you passed your test, do you? So that's the way you've got to kind of look at Wing Chun. We've got the foundations and everything is sorted out. Now we need to make it work in the real world. So whatever you like to do and whatever feels comfortable for you, just do it. No one's going to tell you that it's wrong, especially me, my messy Wing Chun. So I did the first sort of technique that we showed earlier. I haven't tried this one. Personally, because I'm a bit mini Hulk, I've not got great balance in this position. So I didn't feel as good as I could be. But what we could try, has anyone got any other ways or any other ideas that we could do before I share my thoughts on it?
Well, there were 3 ways you mentioned at the start, weren't there? What was the 3rd way?
Well, no, I didn't mention any. No. So I picked up the way that I got stuck. So the way I come out of this situation, so there is this way, you can do that.
Yeah.
That is one way. The way that I ended up coming out with it, with some help from Sifu. So we've come forward, we've come to this point, we've come to this point here. So the other way you can do things is just off your back leg.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Which is just a little bit easier than getting to this point. So you could just move. That, and in turn, is what we're trying to. I mean, you can get to that point however you want. So you could get from here. You could potentially do forward, but you've got to think about the attacks coming from this side, and you've either got a technique up that's not appropriate for you to just switch. But if you are, or if you do come across here, it makes it easier for you to get your turn on and then sink into your structure, but in the right direction.
Okay, sure.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that gets us into the habit then, or trying to get us out of the habit of doing this all the time. Well, I'm not saying it's wrong, but that is just a lot quicker and feels a lot more natural for me. I know Wing Chun's all about getting cracks out the floor because your structure's strong and you're in the ground and everything, but you all want to be like free and flowy, so we need to try and. So should we try that in real life then? Yeah?
Yeah.
So, left leg, we'll go left leg forward, guard up, so we'll go forwards 1, forwards 2, and then left turn, and then position, so I can see my feet. Forwards 1, forwards 2, left turn. Reset. Forwards 1, forwards 2, left turn. Reset. Right foot forward. Forwards 1, forwards 2, right turn. Well, now you've got me doing it. Reset. Forwards 1, forwards 2, right turn. Last time. Forwards 1, forwards 2, right turn. And then reset. So which felt better for everybody? What was best for you guys?
Sensei.
Anybody?
Yeah, go on. I'll share. For me, I like the putting the foot in and coming out again. The reason for me, like you said, Matt, there's no right or wrong answer to this. It's just about what's right for you.
Exactly.
It feels to me if I just step out with that leg, me lead leg's still exposed, so that's open to attack. And then I don't.
So if you're just coming this way, you mean
Yeah. If I'm just sort of stepping out, I don't like that leg feels exposed. And then also I've got no spring as I'm firing the attack off.
Yeah.
So that's why for me. But I do recognise that as I'm bringing, for me, the version I prefer, bringing the foot in and then springing out. I do recognise that as you bring your feet together, you're in a good position to be hacked because you're both feet. There is a point where both feet are together, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. There's a tiny period of time where you're completely vulnerable or could be off balance. But this is what we need to practice when we get back here under pressure, because this is just what I've been doing in the garden. So I don't know if it's going to work. It might be completely rubbish, but yeah, exactly that. So what else could we do if we were in that position? Because I know we do a lot of kind of turning techniques to a degree. Do you think that if we used our footwork more, then we could get away with doing less? That makes sense. So throughout your Chi Sao kind of learning, you're always told it's your footwork. You've got to move together. Now I find that really hard. My hips don't do what I want them to do all the time, so I find it hard to move as one like the dancers do. But if you get into the habit of moving your feet, when they're in the right place, it's easy for your body to then do what it needs to do. And it just feels more natural, so you haven't got to think about your hands as much if your feet are in the right position. Whereas if it's the other way around, you can have your good hands, but if your feet are on the right position, your structure's rubbish and it won't work, will it?
Right.
Does that make sense, yeah?
Yeah.
So the idea of what we've just gone through tonight is hopefully when you guys have a bit more space or when you're in the garden, is you can go forward and get into the habit, which we'll do in a second, of just trying to throw out techniques, changing your foot position so you've got 1 foot behind, 1 foot forward, and just get used. Because every time you get attacked or turn, you're not always just going to be able to throw out a Faizaan and 2 punches. If it's a hook, if it's a straight punch, or if it's something that's coming out your peripheral vision that you've caught last minute, a Faizaan might work brilliantly, but your brain might not do that. So you've got to kind of at least try and, if you don't get the first technique right, get your feet in a position where you can recover better. Does that make sense as well?
Yeah.
Right, okay. I wish we could do this all here, man. So are we going to just stick with them 2 for entry techniques or moving out the way, or do you think there's a third? Do you think we can find a third?
Well, they both got different ranges.
And this is it, exactly that.
So when
exactly
you're turning
that.
on the front foot, the range is different to when you're turning on the back foot.
Exactly.
And boxers tend to turn on the front foot.
So this is another thing that kind of come out of it for me. If you come in with your foot like this and come to this way, you've got your technique. It's harder to then do a kick off the back leg if that's what you wanted to do. But then you can do a kick off the front leg. Whereas if you come from here, it's easier to do your kick off the back leg because you've got your weight on your front leg. Yeah? So it depends how you've turned as to what you can do with your feet. So the principle's the same with your hands as well. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So we'll go through a couple more times, and then before I do that, is there anything else that anybody wants to go through for the last sort of 10 minutes or anything like that before we do some stretching, or does anyone want to go over anything? Brilliant. You lot, tough crowd, man. Tough crowd. I know, I feel sorry for you, Sifu, man. I do feel
You're doing a great job.
Sucking me out. Right, Sam. So we'll go through this again then. We'll go 2 forward, 2 back, and we'll do some lefts and some rights and see how we get on with it. Okay? And what we can do is I'm going to go round you all individually. I'll start, all right, because I'm not that mean. And then we'll take it from there. Hold on a second. It's not working. Hold on, speak of you. There we go. That's it. It's all right. It's me being special. Right. So we'll start left foot forward. All right. And we'll just go forwards and backwards because I want you to get into the habit of throwing your techniques out. And I know for the more experienced guys, I know it's not exactly, might be what you want to do, but I just found it really quite useful doing this. Okay, so forwards 1, forwards 2, backwards 1, backwards 2, forwards 1, forwards 2, backwards 1, backwards 2, left turn. Ain't that easy, right? And then back to the centre. Left leg forward. Forwards 1, forwards 2, backwards 1, backwards 2, forwards 1, forwards 2, backwards 1, right turn. See, I fluffed up then as well.
Left turn.
Well, it's my right.
You're right. We're going left one. Leg first.
Okay, right foot forward, change legs. Forwards 1.
So he's turning right now or left off the left leg? You just confused.
Sorry?
So you've just gone from your left leg, turn right, so now I'm going now from your right leg, turn left.
From here. So I was here, wasn't I? Then we did right turn, didn't we?
No. Yeah, your left leg started and then you turn right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I turned right to here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I should have done that. I should have done that.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm trying to say to you. You can't.
Yeah.
Your brain does what it feels natural. That's what I'm saying. So there is no right or wrong way. You've got to try and practice this to see what way it is that your brain wants you to do it.
Yeah.
Because from this side, my brain wants to do that. But from this side,
I know what you mean.
my brain wants to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I got it. What you mean.
So that's why we do these things, to figure out whether it's just me being slightly retarded or whether it's everybody else as well. So we're all in it together. All right?
Yeah, I think I've got it as well.
Yeah, no, exactly that. So I'm not trying to mess with your head. I'm just thinking if it's me, then we can work through it and come up with something slightly better.
Yeah.
All right? So right foot forward, no, left foot forward. We ain't got long left, lads. All right, we ain't got long left. All right, forwards 1, forwards 2, backwards 1, backwards 2, left turn. All right, and then from here, kick, punch, whatever. All right, right foot forward.
Yeah.
So forward 1, forward 2, backwards 1, backwards 2, right turn. See, I've completely done the same thing, exactly the same thing again.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
You see what I mean? So it depends what you feel. Because it's rare that I have both sides do the same thing, because obviously that would be too easy. But rather than getting hung up on not doing it the right way, just do whatever, because you're still doing the same thing of where you want to be, which is that way. So try not to get too hung up on it. As long as you get your stance right, your heels lined up and everything, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Unless Sifu comes out the background and starts smacking you saying it's wrong. He's got a big stick, he's got to take a big stick, yeah. All right.
Big stick. We like big sticks.
A couple more times then, on each side, and then we'll finish off. I'll get John to finish off with some Sin and Tao, all right? Because it just wouldn't be with John if it wasn't like that, would it? Is that all right, John?
Yeah, you go for it, mate.
Okay. Right then, so left foot forward.
Left foot.
Forwards 1, forwards 2, backwards 1, backwards 2, left turn, reset, right foot forward, forwards 1, forwards 2, backwards 1, backwards 2, right turn. So I had to think about it to do it that way then. And reset. One more time. Left foot forward. Forwards 1, forwards 2, backwards 1, backwards 2, left turn, and reset. Right foot forward, forwards 1, forwards 2, backwards 1, backwards 2, right turn. Right? The idea eventually, hopefully, is that we can start getting a bit kind of more like with our footwork, without getting too like technical with it. There's nothing wrong with being loose, but then when you obviously need to be planted, that's when you plant. So how you get there, it kind of doesn't really matter, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to throw the book out the window, that's what I'm saying at all. But you'll move this way different than you'll move that way. So just move however you want to move, as long as when you're doing it, it all has to be at the same time, like, yeah?
Beautiful.
Good talk, guys, good talk. Right, any questions then before I stop drowning?
You're doing a great job, mate.
No, it's so hard without you guys here, man. If there was someone here, I could just grab and go try this. But it's just all you little people on the screen.
Dave, you're next.
Yeah, this is your torture, mate. This is your torture. I'm just going to stick to Sydenham Town now from now on. Right, any questions then before we finish off with a little bit of Sydenham Town? No? Do you want to do some stretching at the end, or have I hurt you all too much at the beginning?
No, stretches are good.
Oh, that's some more.
Yeah. All right, so
Yeah.
all right, cool.
Bring it
We'll
on.
just go through. John, you go through Sydenham Town as quickly as you can within about. We've got about do it for about 10 minutes ish, and then we'll finish off with 5 minutes of stretching. Yeah, because we ain't got a clap tonight.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, open basic stance. Mark low center, left on top. And rotate up to high. Pull back. Slow left punch. Bring the wrist onto the center line. Nice and relaxed. And drive. Open. Rotate the wrist. Don't move your elbow. And pull back. Same with the right. Nice and relaxed. Wrist on center. And drive. Taking care not to overextend your shoulders. Open palm up. Roll the wrist. And pull back. Left hand south. Drop the elbow. Push the elbow forwards. Get your wrist on center. Stay nice and relaxed.
Take your time.
Sink into your stance. And work the wrist. Palm forwards. Let the elbow out and pulling back with the elbow. Keeping your wrist on center. You're all doing wonderfully.
There you go. You got it, John. You got it.
Stopping distance is a fist distance from your chest. Relax the
Smile,
wrist.
Lucy.
Sorry?
Asking Lucy to smile.
Oh, sorry.
That's
Push
better.
forwards with the elbow, keeping the wrist on center. Stopping point, thumb and fist distance to your elbow. Roll the wrist. Let the elbow out. Palm forwards. Pulling back with your elbow. Wrist on center. What a smile.
Do it again.
There you go.
Staying relaxed. Back to a fist distance. Relax the wrist. Push forwards with the elbow. Getting your wrist back on center. Rotate the wrist. To Wusao, bringing it back down center. We got one more of these, haven't we?
Yes, mate.
Yeah, okay.
I got your back, dude.
Thank you.
It's all right. We need each other.
Back to a fist distance, relax the wrist, and push forwards. Keep lowering your stance. Roll the wrist and pull back with the elbow.
Remember to smile, John.
Yeah, I'm smiling.
Good night.
It's difficult doing it fast, you know.
Everybody else is shaking, John. What's going on?
I'm all right.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm on camera, man. I'm dying. I'm going to be like, oh, mate.
He's sat down, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, he's cheating.
Back to a fist distance. From there, pack to your shoulder, but not past. Back to your center. Drive a palm strike down center line. Turn palm up. Work the wrist. And pull back. Right hand tansao. Drop the elbow, pushing forwards. Get your wrist on center.
No, that's just the one side.
Try and stay relaxed. Oh, somebody's getting out of it.
Yeah, pizza's here.
The stopping point. Roll the wrist. Elbow out. Pulling back with the elbow with your wrist on center.
I wouldn't really be able to deep sea diver.
Back to a fist distance. Relax the wrist. Pushing forwards with the elbow. Right. Yeah. Get your wrist back on center. Stopping point on the fist distance. Roll the wrist. With the elbow out and pulling back.
You know what I mean?
Back to stopping point, relax the wrist, pushing forwards with the elbow. Everyone feeling all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh, strong like coal.
You all right, Steve?
Need chocolate.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Up to stopping point, wrist, pulling back with the elbow. One more of these, right?
You want, mate?
One more of these?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Everyone will be happy to know only one more, John.
Speak for yourself.
No, I could do this all day, mate.
Relax the wrist. pushing forwards.
That's someone dying. I can't take no more.
So stopping distance, roll the wrist. And pulling back. I just realised I'm going to have to verbally describe sections 2 and 3.
Well, we could just go through if you want, mate.
Yeah, all right. If that's easier.
Not really.
You're a
Just
bit
to be
faster anyway.
described.
You can describe it and I'll do it, John.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah? All right.
Okay, back to stopping point. And then back to your shoulder. Back to centre. Palm strike. Turn palm up and rotate the wrist. And pull back. Okay, here we go. Point the left fingers down. Slowly pushing down your leg and then drive the palm down towards your heel. Beautiful, Matt. Same with the right. Put the fingers down. Drive the palm sharply back up to your waist. Moving around the back. When they touch, you drive down and back. Back to the waist, bringing your hands back around your front. Try and keep your elbows in. When they touch in front, double gum.
Sorry.
It's out of sync, that's all.
Bringing arms up in front of you, left on top. Not too high. Pull the elbows back past you and double facts out to the sides. Bring the arms back in front of you, right on top this time. Drop the elbows down in front of you and drive double jump. Turn double tan. Turn over and jut towards you. Double view without bending the elbows down to your stopping point and back up to eye height. Turn palm up, rotate the wrists and pull back. Wonderful.
That was good.
Okay. Left pack to right shoulder. And from there, drive straight down the center. Palm strike. Turn palm up. Rotate the wrist. Pull back. Same with the right to left shoulder. Drive down center.
I really do.
Rotate the wrist.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep on.
Left Tansao. Wrist on center. Turn to Gansao. Back to Tansao. And then Hunsao. Hunsao, not Toksao. Lift and roll the wrist. Pull back. So with the right. Right Tansao. Gansao. Tansao. Hunsao. There you go. Lift and roll the wrist.
To be fair, I didn't know what screen I was on for a second now. I lost where I was and who I was.
Right bong sao, wrist on center. Drop the elbow to fan sao. Flatten the palm and tok sao, lift outwards. Roll and pull back. Same with the right bong sao. Drop the tan sao. Flatten the palm and lift outwards. Roll the wrist, pull back. Left gan sao. Right hand on top, palm up above the elbow. You're going to swap positions with them in a push-pull motion. 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Left punch. 3 punches. 1, 2, 3. Pull the right back. Open the left fist. Palm up. Roll the wrist. And pull back. Piece of cake.
Well done, Jan. Well done.
Well, listen, we've